Yo, what's going on, people? There was a little bit of an echo there. I think we got rid of it. I just heard it creep in a little bit, but we're good. What's going on, people? Welcome to your night view. Welcome to the full view. We start off the show by answering the question that everybody always asks at the top of every show from Paul Johnson. KG, why are you late, bro? Why is it always you?
Listen, yeah, I'm not gonna ditch it. No one's giving Gary the whole name. Nah. And I had to rock this. You see, right now, yeah, because I've been seeing people saying I've been doing the Pogba, and I'm like, listen, guys, listen.
Sorry, go on.
Don't tell me I'm doing the Pogba. Pogba's doing the KG, fam.
He's doing the you.
Bro, I said that yesterday. Trendsetter. He saw KG. He saw 5 things deep, and he just got the range around. Went enough's enough.
100%. Pogba's seen the light, man.
Yeah.
Big up to Faz, big up to James, big up to Owen. All you do, you're doing well, fellas. You happy?
Buzzing after yesterday, man. Buzzing.
Yeah. We alive.
Faz left Old Trafford to watch some Harry Kane compilations on the way home when he got in. Looking, Faz was so happy yesterday. He said Kane is not world class, and he said that he was like, yeah, and he's like, he ain't even scored no big goals. And I was like, bro, you know what? That's great. I was like, look, his catalogue of goals. Faz had me thinking, bro, has Harry Kane even scored? Like, Faz was just on. He was on it yesterday. He was on it yesterday. But the thing is that it's not just yesterday. I know you genuinely stand by that. To be fair, Harry Kane's not world class. 100%. 100%. Yeah. I hear you, Faz. Like Malcolm says, big up Faz. There you go. Absolutely love Faz, says and Kit as well. And big up, guys, says G421. Owen, fresh off the press of the last minute, well, not last minute winner, but you know what I mean, scenes in the studio where Owen was. I just loved the energy yesterday. The energy was pure. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic. There's been a lot of shit going on at the club, a lot of negativity. A lot of, you know what I mean? We moan every week because things haven't been good. But when you win in that fashion, we'll pick out some of the bits tonight and go into more detail now the dust is settled. But I have to start by saying that was wicked. Paul Johnson says, Cam avoiding the smoke.
Where is he, fam? Yeah, zoom in, bro. Because I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I've been waiting for Cam, bro. Cam said, yeah, we need to play. Wait, drop Ronaldo and start Rashford up front. And that's my nephew.
Why are you still zoomed in?
It looks like KG is like a giant looking into a doll's house when it's like that. It's like a little window, and KG's this giant man right up to it.
No, because I'm sick and tired of it, bro. And Cam said play Bruno on the right, bro. I told him, all them kids that play for Cam, yeah, listen, stop listening. He's leading you down the. I know you're top of the league right now and you're doing well. But
Cam say that to his team. You can't say to his team, don't listen to him. Imagine you shut up on the touchline. Unbelievable. Don't listen to your coach. Good advice.
100%. Yes. But we're gonna have some fun as we always do on the full view. Perfect timing. Perfect timing is what we've gone with today. And Ronaldo form perfect timing, and we want to talk about that in more depth. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Fred's performance yesterday. I want to break down, just have a Fred discussion. Discussion. I want to talk about Fred. And obviously Tuesday, massive game. We've got a lot to talk about. Jadon Sancho, I want to talk about in more depth. The fullbacks as well. Alex Telles, I want to talk about him today as well. So we got a lot to talk about. Super chat here because Maguire has been playing the false 5 for some time, fam. False 5. That's very disrespectful. Leaf, that's very disrespectful. He said false 5. He's made up a new position. A false 5. Is that what's really going on?
False 5 is crazy. That's I never heard that one still.
That's really disrespectful. I said false 5. Destiny says KG Roundhead equals generational bullshit.
Come on.
There you go. Ronaldo's form. Owen, is this just what the doctor ordered? You know, you look at it, there's 2 ways of looking at it. His confidence is now back up. It's just before Champions League night. 1-1 under the lights, OT, Atletico, Simeone. You can look at it in that romantic way and say, oh my God, this was the perfect dress rehearsal. He's ready. Or you could be like, you know, He did his thing in that game, but we're Man United. We can see what we do. La da da da. How are you seeing it? Is this perfect timing?
Well, I'm loving the energy so far tonight, guys. But let's bring it back down to earth. Let's bring it back down to reality. Because let's face it, that form Ronaldo going into the Atletico game, great. His record against Atletico is great. But objectively, watching that game yesterday, we were not great. We weren't. We were not great yesterday. I feel like if Spurs maybe had better players, if Son could stand up, he kept falling over about a million times.
He was playing an Astros,
every time he was in behind.
Yeah.
It felt like that, honestly, didn't it? It felt like that. But he's playing, when you play at school shoes at like lunchtime, you can really curl a ball well. He's playing in those, I feel like yesterday.
Oh, man.
Best curlers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I feel like Spurs, on another day, they might have had more opportunities. So, and defensively, I feel like we looked very shaky as normal. But to answer your question, of course, it's good that it feels like, I said it yesterday, and I've said it a couple of times, that I feel that magic in Ronaldo hasn't gone. It's not. He can still produce because he's Cristiano Ronaldo. Those moments can happen. You don't turn into a terrible player overnight. Is he what he once was? Of course not. Is he Cristiano Ronaldo of 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Of course he isn't. But he can produce in moments. We're going to need, I'm telling you, they're real.
99 wannabe. Sorry, Owen.
Yeah. Shoe zone. I'm telling you now. with a bit of a light up every time you walk in the back of your shoe as well. One of those.
LA gear, bro.
LA gear, man.
Yeah, mate. LA gear. 100%.
It's
when
real.
the battery runs out, you can't replace the. But why could you never replace the battery in them shoes?
You know what used to annoy me? The teachers. I had this at my school. You walk into like assembly and they go, "Can you turn your shoes off?" How do I turn my shoes off? How do I turn the lights off my shoes?
I was bare with them, bruv. You lot can imagine me. I was like, look.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time.
Katie turned into a tap dancer.
I don't know. This is the beauty of the full view. I don't know why we're doing this. Why we talk. I don't get it, but it's funny, innit? And Destiny agrees.
Yeah.
But sorry, carry on.
I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, it's good that Ronaldo. It's good that Ronaldo's in form. Next question.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, James, you were saying. I mean, you was like saying, I don't know if this will come back to bite me in the ass. You were on it yesterday. James was proper buzzing after the game yesterday, like we all were. And you said, Ronaldo, yes, that's what I needed. He's ready for Atletico. Bring them on. Bring on Atleti. Still stand by that 24 hours later?
Yeah, man. Like, why would you not? Like, I know Owen came at it from the point. Yeah, exactly. Me and KG will take the positive side, right? Like, yeah. I know Owen's going to look at it and, like, in a pragmatic sense and say, listen, Ronaldo isn't the Ronaldo he was 5-10 years ago. We know he's not. But he also just came off the back of scoring a hat-trick yesterday against the top four rival in our most important game of the season so far. So at the end of the day, Ronaldo doing what Ronaldo does. I said yesterday, and I thought it was pretty good in fairness. I looked up the noise a goat makes, right? Because I was like, he's the goat, man. It's unarguable. Messi not doing bits, Ronaldo scoring hat-tricks against Spurs. I know Faz probably thinks that Mitrovic is the GOAT after thinking he's better than Kane, didn't you say, Faz, yesterday? Mitrovic over Kane, you said yesterday.
KG, this is true. He did say it.
I mean, 100%, honestly.
Wait.
Mr. Harry Kane ain't giving me nothing to celebrate. And I'm a diehard England fan, but I'd rather go support Bangladesh or India at this rate. Harry Kane ain't giving me nothing to celebrate.
Honestly, after the game yesterday, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. We're all going around screaming about Tottenham, and then Faz is like, I'd rather have Mitrovic than Kane. Kane's not world class. There's levels to this game.
He's either champagne or he's either champagne or shit. And most of the time, the champagne ain't bubbling either. So
wait. But Flex said that he wants to buy Harry Kane. He'll open the checkbook and say, "Tell me what you want and how long do you want as well." That's what Flex said the last time we was together. What you said?
Yeah, I said that to Faz yesterday. He said, "I'm mad."
You know those chairs that are comfortable but they creak. That's what Harry Kane is.
This is crazy. I can't believe. I just spoke about bloody hell. Kane is. I don't know what to say.
There's levels when it comes to world-class striker who are established, who turn up in big games, who can go to any team, any league, and establish themselves. You really think Harry Kane can do that? Yes, if he goes in Man City, he'll score shit ton of goals because he's got the quality of players around him. But he's a tapping merchant. He scores a shit ton of goals for Spurs. Spurs are awful.
He's a tapping merchant.
Spurs are awful, and he scores a shit ton of goals for them. Honestly,
Oh,
come on, fast. Come on, man. Like, I mean, he obviously didn't. He obviously didn't turn up yesterday, did he? And the striker that did turn up yesterday is the one that we're here to talk about, right? And Ronaldo turned up yesterday, like I said, bang one in from 30 yards, got a tap in, which was good, and then like a salmon for his header, like really good hat trick, just in time to ruin Simeone's, quarter-final dreams. Because let's face it, they're not getting through. United are. Clip it up. We're going through, man. Done. Ronaldo. Winner.
Oh wow!
We don't do that.
I do it. You don't. I do it. Bring the smoke. Come on.
We've been through too much this season to do that.
Listen,
we've been through too much.
You can't. One thing I've learned is if someone's on their positivity thing, who are we as individuals to take them off it? If that's how someone feels, let them. You've done it bare times, KG. You said we're going to win the league. At least it's Fred. Give a Fred.
It feels different, and our manager got sacked. I'm not saying anything anymore. I'm just going to enjoy every moment that happens. I've been calling us as a mid-table club. And do you know the key thing is? I look at Man United now and I say to myself, yesterday was enjoyable because we're a mid-table club. I wasn't expecting yesterday. I had no expectation of winning. I just thought, let's see what happens. And then what happens? We get it. We get the victory 3-2. We're still playing like not amazing.
It wasn't great.
Yeah. No, it was bad. We were actually bad yesterday, and we got away with things because I would say Tottenham looked more dangerous than us at times. It's only Son couldn't stay on his feet. That was a big issue.
They got into dangerous situations, didn't they? They didn't come to fruition, but they were dangerous.
Yeah, so it's like we didn't even people were getting crazy with the Matic love. And don't get me wrong, Matic played good, but they were getting through. I said there's diarrhea settings when you can't even control it, bruv. It's all coming out, bruv. That's where it was, bruv. Anyone listen?
Sorry, guys. Obviously, this is an evening show. Previous sometimes at dinner time or whatever, or different parts of the world. Could be lunchtime. It could be breakfast. So. I mean, I apologize for the people who don't really want to hear. They don't really, they just said the grace. They're all holding hands at the table. What they got us on in the background, and then they hear you. They hear you talking about.
You know about Water FC, fam.
Ronaldo says, I told you, no strain, no moisture. My knees and joints are at 100%. And Mr. Dan United says, buzzing for Ronaldo, but still worried about our defense. Maguire will be picked regardless how bad he plays. We are lucky that Spurs always bottle it. You are honestly, KG. You do not change. Don't apologize. Do not change.
It's like
I loved it. I loved it. There's nothing funnier than shit. Honestly, I'm telling you.
No, but on a serious note, the thing that I took away from yesterday is Ronaldo's the GOAT. There's no more debate in it. Ronaldo always wants to go a step further, and I think I've got this thing about this Messi thing that he looks over at Messi and he's like, is that what you're doing? Watch this. And now he can go one further because when they do the Ballon d'Or competition, they only look at those two. Those are the only nominees they actually put in there to look at. Yeah, so whoever goes the furthest in the Champions League probably wins it. It's disgraceful. It is a disgrace. It is a disgrace.
KG, did you hear about PSG earlier today? They were getting booed off every time they were
Messi booing them, bro.
They got booed every time.
Their own fans. It was at the Parc des Princes, bro. Neymar even scored. He scored and they were just booing, bro. Mad.
Yeah, they protested. They protested behind the goals. It was empty because they went out in the Champions League. Madness.
Not Michael.
Ding, ding, ding.
What now, bruv? What now? All I want to hear is apologies, bruv. The all-time goal scorer, bruv. Where have you been, fam? Hiding in the mud next to
Ronaldo keep being the problem. These are the type of problems I want in my life.
To be fair, hold on a minute. But to be fair to Cam, I don't ever remember him saying that Ronaldo's washed and shouldn't be.
No, he said drop Ronaldo and start Rashford. Everyone said, huh? The comments went crazy, bruv. We saw it. I said I was concerned. I'm not going to pretend I wasn't. I said, raw, starting to worry about Ronaldo, but drop him for Rashford. That's what he said on this platform, bruv. We were all here. Explain yourself, big man.
I did say that, and he needed a rest. Got a rest. And look what happened. Let's move it on. Diogo Dalot was brilliant yesterday.
Because that's
Get
another.
out
That's
here,
a.
man.
Yeah, that's
Get out
another.
here.
That's another thing we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about the fullbacks yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Let me get these
Yeah,
super
bro.
chats out. And we get Cam in ASAP. Obviously, he's a little bit late to the show. Ishak says, I'm not sure what's shinier, Pogba or KG's scalp. Free Marcel. Yeah, he's the one with the most hair.
All I'm saying is,
copying the settings,
Pogba
man.
copied me, bro, and I had to remind people that I did it first. I've been bald first. I started boarding at 18, bro. Don't piss me off.
Yeah, Pogba's one's through choice. He's his choice.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
Cut on that.
Vishal says, on a more serious note, do you guys really think we have any chance of still catching up the top four? Even if we manage to beat Arsenal, we'll be too many points behind. Don't want us to go back to Europa again. We're going to talk about that during the show as well. That's a big question. Ronaldo says, it's nice that we know Aaron Wan-Bissaka doesn't belong. Oh wow. Okay.
That's fine.
Super chat. Yeah, it's not
fine.
about that. It's just a super chat, you know. Cam. Hold on. Sorry, back to super chats has come through here. David says, we know our defense isn't great, but I feel they're let down by people in front. The amount of times our midfield walked around Tottenham found it easy. And Asher says, there are reportedly 10 plus takers for Chelsea. Why aren't they also looking into Manchester United? Fans will be back any good owner. Fans will back any good owner.
It's so disrespectful. Go on.
I know.
Oh no!
I saw it immediately.
Oh, that's.
I saw it immediately.
It's Cam's burner account, bro.
Yeah.
You're cheap. That's what took me so long getting these.
And Nick says, Nick Whitehead, big up to Nick. Thanks for coming through, bro. He says, I feel bad for Maguire now. It's gone past back now. He has key attributes missing that cannot be learned. We should take what we can whilst we can. And Destiny says KG is looking like Benicophobia. Why is everyone coming? What is going on here?
It's because I'm bald, freak man.
No, that's not like so. Loads of people are. It's not like it's not a new thing in the world.
I've got a wicked shiny head. I don't care what anyone says. The shape of it is fantastic, bro.
It suits. It could be worse. You could go bald and have a really weird shaped head. That's the nightmare for everyone, which KG does not have.
Bro. I don't have that issue, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cam, just to finish off on the Ronaldo thing, you did say that, you know, you'd probably put Rashford up there. Yeah. Obviously, Rashford's been dropping probably -10s since then. Yeah. Ronaldo's before that as well. Ronaldo's performance yesterday, and what the question was is this perfect timing going into the Atleti game? And how do you see it? Do you think that was a flash in the pan, one-off, or actually for him, is that massive?
No, he looks fired up, and when he's fired up, there's nothing that can stop him. I think before yesterday, it looked like at times he's getting a bit frustrated because the ball's not going in the back of the net. But yesterday, you see that first goal. That is a guy who's like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm done with being dropped. I'm not having Ralph Rangnick sort of disrespecting me. Not having people like me coming on and chatting shit about him.
Not people like Cam, bro. Forget people like Cam. I was watching United View. I saw Cam. Hold this, Cam. Hold this.
He did the Sue and turned to camera and went, Cam.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going on. He's just gone bang, top corner, and fair enough. But I think it's perfect timing before the Atleti game. He's back in form, but I think maybe it's just that he needed a rest because everything he did yesterday was 10 times better than it's been for a long time. Right? His work rate was so much better. The runs he was making was so much better. He actually looked like he was prepared to. He sort of looked like he was playing in a team that he understood. He understood that there was football happening around him. I don't know if that's because Bruno's gone, but it was a lot more predictable. When the ball went to the side, he would get in the box for the cross, or he was playing like an actual football player again. And he's not been doing it for a while, but it was brilliant. It was class, fair play.
Flex is a super chat.
Yeah, I see it. Ronaldo, KG's head is beautiful. Better than hiding receding hairline. Ahem, Flex. Ahem. What about you? You're not even the real Ronaldo. You're under an alias. What does your head look like? What does your hair look like? You're an absolute disgrace.
You're an absolute disgrace. You're cheap.
And I'll tell you what, that encapsulates what this show is about. Banter, fun vibes. Everyone can get it as long as it's not over the belt, under the belt, over the line, whatever.
Yeah, like a false 5 is mad. I think
false 5. We had. Someone said the guys were playing false 5. Wasn't good.
Can I ask this question though? Let's be serious for a few seconds, and that's me saying this. Yeah. Are we hypocrites? Because what Ronaldo did before that game, we can all say the way he shot that ball, there was no injury. There was nothing wrong with his hip. Yeah.
The flexing was flexing.
The hip flexing was definitely flexing. I want to ask you, lot, yeah, him just going on holiday and not being on the bench, yeah. Is that mad? Because I want to know like what we're saying. Because if Jesse Lingard did that, if Pogba did that, if there was players that we kind of feel a certain way about, yeah. I know, like obviously Rashford can just go back to Withenshaw, so he ain't got nowhere to go to really. Like, but I'm saying
from James.
Martial did that. You know what I mean? I'm saying, what's the vibes? Because that was a bit nuts. Him not not playing it down.
I'll tell you what.
Because he's the goal.
I'm saying I'll start and then James, you come through and then everyone take the floor. I'm saying, and this is just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
When you have scored the most goals ever in the men's game and you've achieved what he's achieved, then you are the GOAT. I know people are going to say, no, it's the team. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. There's a certain level of, I can do that. Yeah.
You're an absolute disgrace.
I can.
I can.
Huh?
So you believe in player power?
No, I believe in GOAT power.
So that's flex. I just want to make sure that I just want to make sure what the group is saying. James, what are you saying about that? Because he fully wasn't available.
Yeah, I think like multiple players have done it, right? Cavani's done it, Lingard's done it, Ronaldo's now done it. And at the time, we're disappointed with the players, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, as soon as they pull on the Manchester United shirt, all that's forgotten. I had the same opinion with Martial, mate. I wanted him to leave. But at the end of the day, if he comes back next season and he's part of the next manager's plans and he puts on that United shirt, then I'll support him. Pogba after the Leipzig game, exactly the same thing, right? Disappointed, didn't really want him to play for the club again because he didn't shut Raiola up. But then when he does get picked, it's not his choice he's getting picked. The manager picks him, right? So if he gets picked and he has to put on that shirt, like people sometimes think, right, we have like an agenda against certain players like Maguire and think, oh, we want him to perform bad. I want Maguire to have a 10 out of 10 game every single time he puts on a United shirt, right? I want Rashford to have a 10 out of 10 game. I want Martial to have a 10 out. Like, I want all these players to play to the best of their ability every time they put on that shirt. So was it a bit annoying? Yeah. Maybe he was told he wouldn't be in the starting 11 and he just thought, you know what, I don't want to sit on the bench. I'm going on holiday. That could be a thing. But at the end of the day, like, he wasn't available for some reason. And yeah, not great. But when he is available, he scores a hat-trick against Spurs. So who cares?
Garsha says, no flex. What are you telling the younger players? This is what I'm telling the younger players. Score 807 goals, yeah. Get mad Ballon d'Ors. Win mad stuff, yeah. Keep your levels that high for that long, and you will earn the right in the latter stages of your career to do what you want. That's what I'm saying.
Is that right though? Is that right though, Flex?
Yes.
Again, he's doing.
When you're the GOAT, yes. Him and Messi. No, him and Messi can do. Owen.
Don't you shout at me.
Messi.
Don't shout at me. I'll come back again.
Oh, you all holding our mics. What's going on?
Owen. Messi and Ronaldo, yeah. If you're a player, you can't talk to them. You can't.
Why not?
I'm saying this. I'm saying in at halftime when things are going wrong, yeah. I think players are doing this to Ronaldo and Messi. Hey, Ronnie, I was a little bit free, just a bit. Just next time, maybe if you feel like it, it's up to you though. It's up to you. It's up to you. Just maybe like not even look up with your eyes or anything, but like maybe just listen out a bit. Maybe I know it's proper loud. There's 75,000. So do you know what? Ren? I probably didn't hear myself actually. Don't worry about it.
Okay, picture this scenario then. Okay, you come into training Monday. You go, tell you what, the game on Sunday, that was a load of shit, wasn't it? Oh, they hate us. Have you seen us on social media? Ronnie comes back, kicks up. He's wearing flip flops, leans back, goes, had a great weekend, Portugal, lovely, refreshed. You'd be like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I've been booed off the pitch, all that kind of stuff. And he talks in interviews, going setting examples for people. He's got to set example. He goes, I tell you what, some of these younger players, well, I'm not sure if they're committed enough. And Ronaldo is committed. He's one of the most committed guys, but I'm a stickler for the rules, Flex. You know me. Yeah. If it's policy, you have to inform the club where you're going, then that's what you have to do.
You want an example? Watch my documentary. Watch my YouTube. Watch me.
Imagine he said that. He said that. Could you imagine? How are you allowed to go? He just gives him a DVD. Watch that.
Watch that. Owen, no, VHS. And furthermore, watch VHS. Go for it.
When I'll be honest, biologically, mentally, you have achieved more than some clubs combined.
Yes,
it's impossible for you to keep your feet on the ground. It's just impossible. Wait. You're the biggest thing ever made in sport in history. You've won everything so many times over. It's impossible for you to play by the rules, play by the policies. It's just how it is. And we have to live with it. It's just how
Why are there rules there? Why are there rules there? Without rules, it's chaos.
rules are for humans.
You know what?
Not
I
for
think
God.
let's just
Rules
all
are
admit,
for humans.
let's all admit, yeah, we're hypocrites. The other day, yeah, I know Maguire went out for his dad's birthday after we lost, yeah, and they rinsed him. He was even there for the loss. He was in the team, yeah, and they just like,
if Maguire was Nesta, bro, if Maguire was Nesta and Cannavaro, but no one would care. This is what I'm saying.
That wasn't a trip. That wasn't a trip abroad. He didn't have to inform the club. He didn't have to inform the club. I'm going out for my dad's birthday. Is that okay? Like, they're his parents.
But you know what else? Ralph even said, you know what? Might send him back there all the time. He was all right after coming back. He said it in the press conference, bro.
You see Ralph before the game, though, when they went, Ronaldo, what happened with that? He went, was that authorised? He went, don't really want to talk about it. We'll move on. That's just, if you hear
because he's the GOAT and you can't tell him nothing. That's what I'm saying. And I'm also saying as well, one of the things is Ronaldo can say, when I was so say he's talking to Elanga, yeah? Not that Elanga would do this. But say he was like, Ronnie, do you think it's right that you went thing? Bro, look what I was doing at Man United. Look at my application when I was 19 at United. Look. Like, when you get to 37, you've had a different career. You could do this and achieve what I've achieved. I'm just saying that. Me personally. What are you saying, Cam? Cam? Hello? Cam?
Yeah. No, I mean, we've all been talking about Cavani because he's been claiming he's injured for months now, and he just plays when he wants. And it's not okay for Cavani, but for Ronaldo, he can go on holiday. You know, I think it's like if you come back and score a hat trick every time, I don't care. Like, he can do what he wants. And like, if Ralph said that after the game as well, yeah, we're hypocrites. If Ralph said it after the game, he's basically told Ronaldo that by saying that, do what you want the rest of the season. If you want to take holiday, if you don't want to train the rest of the season, do it. That's basically what he said. He said it's fine. So
he said he didn't even train for a week. He was like, I couldn't believe it. He didn't really train for a week, and that was his best performance for us. Ralph couldn't even believe it because he's not human, which means if you're not human, you don't have human rules because you're a GOAT.
I can't argue with that one again. Like, as long as we all admit it, though, there's moments where we just be hypocrites with this thing. That I'm just saying, in our Manchester United following, we will be those guys that, if it's a player that we like or a player that we feel a bit more warmer towards, will allow certain behaviors and certain things to go on. Because I know if that's someone else, like had Jesse Lingard, went to Dubai when we were supposed to play, even though I weren't even going to bring off the bench, I'd be furious. Do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes I was upset with Lingard posting the West Ham shirt because I think the club is important, and there's little things about the club being rotten, and even if we can't allow that to seep in. We can't allow this thing about being different because you've achieved the most in football. We have to be a team that says, look, this is the rule getting across, because that's the biggest issue at PSG at the moment is there's just too many big time Charlies there. And they're not on song. They believe they're different. That top three believe they're different to everybody else. So they're not mucking in. When there's people working, you can see them visibly not working. So obviously Ronaldo's not like that, because
Ronaldo does work though. That's what I'm saying.
Ronaldo yesterday was dropping back. He was picking. I remember him picking the ball back in our half, like closer to our goal, and I was like, "Wow, what an interception!" Then he starts a counterattack. So there is some greatness in Ronaldo, by just saying that we need to just, especially how broken our club is, we can't be back into the player power thing.
I think with him, because it's such a yes, Owen. I think because it's such a short-term ism having him. You're not building for the future by having Ronaldo there. By opening the gates back for Ronaldo at this age with what he's achieved at not only our club but in his career, you are. I believe we're setting a precedent straight away to say we're taking Ronaldo and everything that comes with him. There is no chance in hell that Ronaldo can change anything. Like, he's going to be about himself in certain moments because he wants to score. His thing's so high. He's gonna throw his arms up. He's done that his whole career. That is Ronaldo. He's not gonna can't change him. But I think when you say about players like what you were saying earlier, like if Jesse Lingard did that, 100%. But you know what the comment would be to him? They'd be like, "Rah, you're not Ronaldo, bro. You're not. Who do you think you are?"
But do you think if Ronaldo had gone to, say, City, right, or if he was at another club, would another club, like a big club, would they allow him to do that? Do you think?
Well, Juventus has just cleared out his locker and told Allegri, "See you later, I'm gone."
he can do whatever he wants. Even Gary
That
Neville.
was what he
That
wants.
was wage bill stuff. That was
Yeah.
like, okay, we haven't got any
out.
money. Yeah, if you want to go,
Can't sort the money out. All right.
I
Just
can't
don't worry, I'm
imagine.
gone.
I can't imagine like say like Mo Salah. Do you reckon he'd do that at Liverpool? Do you reckon he'd be like, I tell you what, I'm just going to go away for a bit and then come back?
But again, he's not the same as Ronaldo because he hasn't been that player. Like he's just not that iconic.
I just feel like if you let one person do it, even if it's Cristiano Ronaldo, we talk about the culture of the club all the time. These players, they got no respect. These players, all that kind of stuff. If you let one person do it, and I understand it's Cristiano Ronaldo, but you set a precedent. And then I know some people would be like, if Jesse Lingard do it, you'd say, well, you're not Cristiano Ronaldo, but he would just say, well, everyone does it. You know, Ronaldo did it. He's my example I'm looking up to. You know, off and on the pitch. We're the same people that say, I tell you what, you copy Ronaldo when he comes in at 6 a.m., leaves at 6 in the evening, trains all day. You should be looking at him. At the same time, you can't then go, oh, I'm only going to look at the positive sides of it. You know what I mean? Because it's everything. Those players, and those players themselves think they're Cristiano Ronaldo in their heads as well. They'll be like, oh, yeah, you know.
Seeing him in training, he's rubbing off on him.
Yeah,
I
can do it. Yeah,
let me just get these super chats out and we'll carry on. There's quite a few. The first says, Arteta would actually have killed Maguire if he played for Arsenal like that. The guy is genuinely Mustafi 2.0. Is that okay? Yeah. And Show says, did you guys see El Mohammedi's comments on Maguire? Also, it was embarrassing to Romero laughing at Maguire yesterday and him not to react. Yeah, I did see that.
Last laugh.
100%. Waiting for United to win a trophy. Who's Kevin Gary and why is he flirting with...
Lexi Lisa.
I didn't. I'll be honest. I never saw that. I didn't see that. I wouldn't do that. You know me. I wouldn't do that.
Disgrace. You're cheap.
Well, I will always have a laugh, but I won't do that. What? So Anton says, I would have done that to you. I would not. You know the things I would not do to you. Would I do that to you? Look me in the lens. 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 Would I do that to you? Look at me. Look at me. Would I do that to you? You're hurting me. If you think I generally do that to you, you're hurting me.
I'm not even bothered by that person.
Anton says, what? So Cantona can kung fu kick a fan, but Ronaldo can't go on holiday after being dropped. Get out of here. You know what? I forgot about that one. Yeah. But that wasn't everyone saying, come on, guys, make sure you kung fu kick the guy. Like, that's not trying to say be like that.
I don't think he didn't authorize the kung fu kick with the club. Is it okay if I kung fu kick the guy in the crowd? Yes, fine.
No, but that's also a cult hero status thing, right? Ronaldo, Cantona at the time was a cult hero, so he's allowed to do shit like, as daft as it sounds, like he gets away with shit like that. If someone like Paul Scholes at the time did that, who wasn't seen as a cult hero, who was just seen as a great player, he wouldn't have got away with that. So it comes down a lot to the player. Like, it's not just, you can't just look at it and say, oh yeah, it's one rule for one rule for another. Like, the fact he's Ronaldo and he's the GOAT does come into it. It really
do you
does.
think that's why? So do you think that's why he's always going to be looked at differently, and especially if he comes back and performs, which might not be. Look, he might have come and dropped a stinker yesterday, but he didn't. He was the man of the match. But do you think that plays the biggest part in it, James? The fact that he's achieved a lot at the club, and he is who he is.
Well, it depends whether you're asking the fan base or the players or the manager, doesn't it? Like, because we're all going to have different opinions. But as the fan base, we remember what he's done as Cristiano Ronaldo actually at Manchester United. So if any of these other players that have won nothing are questioning him, who's won everything at our club, then I'd just side with Ronaldo. I'd be like, get out. Like, why are you questioning me? Like, I've won everything that you possibly could ever dream of in your career and more. I've led my country to a Euros. I've won 5 Ballon d'Ors. I've won so many Champions Leagues. I've got record books. I've got 807 goals. And what have you done, Jesse Lingard? Your best performance has been at West Ham for 3 months. Get out of here. God.
I think you should start Rashford, though.
Yeah. Cam agrees.
Okay. I want to add something to this. I want to ask this. A lot of us are, just shying away from the fact that apparently his hip was the issue. If his hip was so much the issue, he picked himself up, went abroad, went to a totally different country, apparently magically fixed his hip, come back and scores a hat-trick. Well, then, did he or did he not shy away from the City game? Could he have played in the City game and actually give us something? That's
how?
Just saying.
What about? Yeah, 100%. There's loads of theories. Or maybe he was actually just injured and couldn't play for a week.
He ain't injured.
Sometimes
bro, he's as injured as
sometimes
Cavani,
you could
fam.
just be injured,
He's as injured as Cavani, fam. He's fit and firing, bro. But anyway, let's.
Yeah, sorry, wait, let me do the super chat. Sorry. BK says KG and Pogba confirming Ten Hag with the hairdos. KG is Sky sources. And Masola says, shout out to the Discord. Get Maguire the hell out of here. Matic should play every game, please, Ralph. I know you watch the show. Ralph definitely doesn't watch the show.
On that though,
Rohit,
we've got a show on. We've got a game on Tuesday, right? Can Matic play Saturday, Tuesday? Because that's been the problem throughout the thing. Like everyone's like, Matic is great. McTominay's out. Can he play Tuesday? Do we think he's going to start?
Damn it.
Yeah. Is there definitely no chance of Scott being back by then?
But then Scott wasn't good in that game.
Wasn't training, yeah.
Scott and Fred got overrun. Matic changed
they did.
Game.
Oh, yeah, he came off the bench, didn't he? Yeah, I forgot.
He did.
Rohit says, I'm praying for Liverpool not to not win the quadruple. We're all doing that. Everybody but Liverpool fans, of course. And
Sugar, there's a chance though that Man
City don't put it into don't you know what I mean? Tabara says, I don't agree with you, Owen. Remember the Cantona and Fergie relationship? That's what we was kind of just touching on. Ronaldo is Ronaldo, more decorated than Manchester United the last 20 years. That's what it's about. It's a big melting pot. It's a big melting pot of opinion on that 100%. And Jermaine says, a great NFL coach once says, I treat players fair, but I don't treat them all equally.
Yeah.
There you go. So there you go. I think man management skills, you do that, innit? You put an arm around some, give hair dryers to another, give the cold shoulder to others. And David says, CR7 opened Messi's one football stat page before the Tottenham game for sure. P.S. McTominay is 1 goal away from equaling Messi's La Liga goal tally. Wow, yeah, he's only got 2 goals, I think, this year. Matic can crazy,
mad,
crazy. Matic can give 60 to 70 minutes every game. Ralph, trust me, Ralph. Let's talk about Fred's performance.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Please, it's Fredinho.
Oh yeah. Well, you kick it off.
I was saying Kevin to Fred.
Kevin to Fred.
Nah. This is one little performance. What is going on?
I wasn't even. I didn't even think.
That's funny.
Fred. I didn't even think he had the facilities to be able to play like that. In all honesty, he as a footballer, as an athlete, he used his lower center of gravity, his height, his speed, his movement, everything that he has, he used to his advantage. And I don't know what actually happened, because it's not like he gradually improved his performance. It's like he went from maybe 5.56 a week to boom, 9. Right, maybe like 6.5 if I'm being generous, to a whole 9.5. If he even consistently maintains a 7-8 rating throughout the weeks, man, we'll be flying. But what a performance. I was just like looking left and right thinking, am I in the right? Where am I? Someone pinch me, someone like wake me up. What's going on?
He was on it.
Do you know what we got from Fred? What we learned from Fred as well. And even if you look at some of the compilation vids before he came to this club, he could shoot. He was better going forward. For some strange reason, we brought him to Man United and said, hey, new position. It's crazy that we tried to make Fred a DM. I know that. Who did that? Who's the manager responsible for that? Did that happen under
Jose?
Yeah, it's like it was insane. And I don't know, sometimes Jose likes to try to be too clever, tries to see things that other people don't see, and says, yeah, I'm going to use him like this. I remember when Jose tried to turn Herrera into a centre-back. We've seen
right centre-back against Spurs.
There you go. So then it's like, he can't play defensive midfield, and we've seen that now. We should just know that what we really need is a DM, and maybe Fred can now play that position, because going forward, he's been a part of he's had a lot of good assists this season. If you look at all the assists that he's done and the way he's passing the ball forward and starting play, I imagine that's what Pep probably was looking at when he was interested in that first time. He can move the ball forward, and we're saying I don't know what happens at Man United when we just tear up something and say we're going to do it like this. You know, that's probably one of the biggest issues. But I never want to see him play in that defensive midfield position ever again. That's for sure. Now I'm like, I don't know who, and it's a shame because we tried to convert 2 guys that really play ahead. Like Scott McTominay plays in that Fred position. Both and it's like both of them are not what we try to make them be. The only one that can really do it is too old to do it. In Matic, can't play the full minutes. And then even another thing that I just want to say before I pass on to the to someone else is, was you lot worried about Pogba? Because after 60 minutes, he's
gone.
breathing heavy.
He's
like
gone.
I don't understand what's going on. So because I used to see our manager taking him off early and be like, why is he doing that? And I was upset last week. But then it's like Pogba can't finish 90 minutes. But that's just points I wanted to bring up.
Tariq says we have a new partnership, Frogba. And to be fair, like you said about Pogba, he wasn't doing too well. He started off all right.
Well, when I'm watching the games, Bruno has like heavy go at Fred a lot of the times. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. Bruno's like really going sick at him. I don't know if the cameras are showing or whatever, but I see it all the time. And I think maybe this is my theory, Bruno not being on the pitch and obviously his new kind of attacking position that he's got that last night, it gave him a lot of confidence, a boost, and he probably thought, you know what, I can actually just play how I want to play instead of someone else hounding me constantly for every little thing.
Cam, I'm going to come to you next. Raz says over 1,300 plus people watching, only 250 likes. That's PSG. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, guys, obviously I know it's a wicked show. It is a wicked show. We're enjoying it. But there really is no reason for not 1,000 likes live. Like, there just isn't. Like, it's crazy. We could do that. We could smash the record. We can get 1,000 likes live. There's pushing nearly 1,500. So let's get at least 1,000 likes while we're still live. That'd be wicked. And Destiny says, Pastor Fred gave an anointing service yesterday. Cam, from a tactical point of view, though, on a serious note, what was Fred giving us, and why was he so effective? Was it that he was playing against a poor Spurs midfield and Bentancur and Højbjerg and all that aren't very good and stuff like that? Or actually, is this something that is actually in Fred? And if we can unlock him in the right way, we can get a better version of him on a more consistent basis.
Well, I think putting him higher up the pitch does a massive thing for him because his best attribute is his running and his energy. That's what has always been the best part of him. He's constantly running around, constantly moving. If you have him in a pivot as a defensive mid, as soon as he goes up the pitch wandering, which is what he's good at, what he wants to do, the team structure's gone. If you let him play as an 8 and you let him play, especially with, as Marcel said, as Faz said, you play him alongside Paul Pogba. Pogba was a lot more predictable with where he played than Bruno. Bruno's all over the place all the time. He pop up on the left wing, pop up on the right wing, sometimes drops deep and picks the ball up from the centre-backs. Pogba, he didn't have his best game individually. He was really sloppy, gave a lot of balls away. But at least he was predictable. And when it's predictable for your team, you can start to build around it. You can start to work around it. I think it made it a lot easier for Fred, having someone around him that Pogba pretty much most of the game, he stayed within the width of the penalty area. Didn't drift out into the channels, and that helped the team overall. I think you could see with Jadon Sancho, he had so much more freedom yesterday, had a lot more time because Bruno wasn't there to drag another defender into that left channel. Pogba stayed fairly central, let the guys around him do their thing on their sides of the pitch in their areas, and that was a massive part of how it worked.
What has he said? What?
I'm just sensing there's a disruption in the force right now. I'm sensing some Bruno.
The reference.
I'm sensing some Bruno dislike or some Bruno. Like, I don't know what's going on because you're not talking about Bruno in the way that we should be talking about Bruno. So
KG won't have any form of criticism towards Bruno.
No, because I don't understand what's going on right now. So what are you saying right now? What's going on? Are you saying Bruno's? Talk to us.
Bruno plays every single minute of football as if there's 2 minutes left and he has to get a winner. He does. There's no relaxation. There's no sort of just trust each other. There's no, I'll stay here, do my job. If everyone else does our jobs, we can play as a team. We can build something. He has to do everything himself. He needs to do it. You see it when he's pressing. You see it when he's got the ball. He's constantly.
Are we saying Bruno's the problem? This is what I want to know.
No, I was going to say that we can't say when because he didn't play yesterday. We can't say we played better without him because objectively, like we said earlier, we did not play that great yesterday.
No.
So do you think if he's ready, we don't really know he's ill, but if he's ready to play on Tuesday, do you think he should play after that result yesterday?
Let's ask Cam that. Cam, should Bruno play?
Faz is waving his finger, which is never a good sign.
I think
let's hear from you, bro. Should Bruno play on? Should Bruno play
in that for?
I think that's a no.
Impossicante. No. Why?
Wow.
Why?
Disgrace.
We should go every single player except for Paul Pogba. Pretty much every single player can build on the confidence, can build on the win that we've just had, a massive win. Pogba obviously didn't have a great performance. Why am I going to bring Bruno into this mix? And like just Cam just said, I actually agree with him. Bruno plays every single minute like we're 1-0 down and we need to get a winner, or it's a draw and we need to get a winner. And sometimes you need to just calm down on the ball. Sometimes you just need to relax. You need to trust your teammate. So I would no way bring Bruno into this mix. Bruno needs to go back into the training field, calm down, tweak his skills, tweak his abilities, take some notes from Fred, and then come back.
He's got the most assists in the Champions League this season. He's created the most chances in the league this season. He set a record for putting an assist in pretty much every game he's played in the Champions League. He set a record.
But you can't, like Cam just said, I agree with Cam. A lot of the time you can't rely on him. You look here, he's over there. You look in there, he's over there. You don't know
now I need to hear from James. Please just let me know if you're gonna answer this shit.
James, come to the party. This is what it is. This is the full view. This is what it is. Let's go. Let's go, James. What are you saying?
I mean, Bruno's got his issues, right? But I mean, his stats are ridiculous. So I think he's definitely got a shout to play on Tuesday. I don't think he definitely should come back in, but I don't think either. Like, I'm going to sit on the fence a bit. I don't think it's not. Like, that he should just sit out. I think, like, Pogba had a poor performance, right? So those saying that Bruno shouldn't come straight back in is a bit nuts, because Pogba didn't set any trees on fire or anything. Like Pogba wasn't great at all. The Bruno thing, we've had this discussion before, man. Like, I remember KG going nuts at me when I said he wouldn't get in City's team. And Gary Neville came out and said he wouldn't get in City's team. And a lot of other pundits came out and said he wouldn't get in City's team. A lot of pundits agreed with me, KG. A lot of pundits. I don't see him.
KG's
like,
the better Gary.
Go on.
No, listen, like, the way he plays at the moment, he doesn't get in that team. Like, if it depends how we want to play football, right? If we want to play like Moments FC, like we were under Ollie, and we want to create individual brilliance, and that's how we score our goals, then Bruno 100% should play. But what we saw from Paul Pogba in like the first 30 minutes where he was decent is the link up between like him and Sancho, pass and move. He holds his space, like Cam said. He was more predictable in his build-up. That kind of stuff is something that we can build on in terms of pattern of play. You never really know what you're going to get from Bruno, so it just depends how we want to play football. If we think the way it beat an Atletico on Tuesday is by Bruno pinging a ball to Ronaldo and Ronaldo scoring and us winning 1-0, I'm absolutely fine with that. Put him in the team. But if you're expecting us to control possession and keep the ball, then Bruno probably isn't your best option in that scenario.
I just want
Hold on a sec, KG. Go fast.
Quickly, I must say, I'm being probably a lot harsh on Bruno, but it's mainly, I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Has been reading them comments and
Possibly.
James was talking for like 2 minutes. Faz was like, Emilia.
I've possibly been a little bit too
overstepped the mark. Yeah.
But that miss, I'm still sore from that miss.
Yeah,
I'm still sore from that miss. That
you won't let him go from the middles. Though. The middles were missed. Faz has been on him, bro. Agenda settings.
Yeah. I can't forgive you.
Okay.
Then you're missing an empty net. 6 figures a week. You can't miss empty net. A 5-year-old could score that. Talk kid.
No, because he's missed that. Yeah. You're
and
like,
the next game after as well. And the next game after he missed as well.
I'm done.
Can't forgive him.
You are
let it go, Faz.
Yeah. Owen, I want to put you in on this.
KG, you've got to let it go.
Yeah, that's rich.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got to let it go. Don't let agendas eat you up.
People call me Kagenda right now. So I know what he's getting through right now.
Owen, can I bring you? Sorry, Owen, can I just bring you in on this? Where do you stand on this Bruno thing? Cam made some valid points. James made some valid points.
No, they didn't.
He did.
James made some valid. James
no! Stop your agenda against Cam. Cam made some. No, Cam.
Yeah. Hey, KG, let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Yes, let it go. Let the Cam agenda go. Let the Cam agenda go.
Never.
Yeah? How do you see it, Owen? How do you see it? That's a simple way to ask. How do you see it?
If he's available, then he'll probably play on Tuesday, right? Again, in the Champions League this season, his record's really good. Again, I think he set a record, didn't he? He's got the most assists in the Champions League this season. I think it's 7. I'm pretty sure he's the first. Is he the first player to get an assist in like every game he's played in the Champions League this season for an English side? It's and like you said, I don't think Pogba played particularly well yesterday, so you could easily switch him in. Maybe Ralph won't go with that. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, we said about McTominay earlier. Ralph said in this press conference, look, I could play him possibly at the weekend, but I don't want to risk him. Basically saying, look, I want him more for Tuesday than I do for Saturday. So I think if he's available, he'll play, to be honest. I mean, again, Pogba, you know, I don't think he played particularly well, especially after 65 minutes. But again, we're talking hypotheticals here because he might not be available anyway. Like, by all accounts, the illness really is a bit of a doubt for Tuesday. So we'll wait and see.
Do you reckon Pogba's issue could be long COVID? Someone wrote that in the comment section. I said, it could be something like that because it is surprising. Ralph hooks him off when he does, and he's done that a few times. He hooked him off 60th minute, and it's always a surprise. We always look like, what's he done that for?
Every time he did it, everyone goes, I can't believe he's done that. But then yesterday, when he couldn't take him off during that period because there really wasn't anything on the bench, he dipped really quickly, which is surprising.
Do you know what my thing is? I'm the other day says, no way, man said Bruno should take notes from Fred. No. That's yours.
Crazy.
Waiting for United to win a trophy says, back from timeout. Sorry, KG, I didn't know. Day 1734. And yeah, I read that one earlier. I think there's an interesting thing that I noticed about Bruno and Pogba, which is that when Bruno's playing shit, he can still the Atletico Madrid game the other week was the perfect way to sum up Bruno Fernandes. He can be out of the game for a vast majority of the game, but you'll get that one decisive pass. Yeah, you can argue that, you know, it was an easy pass, or all he had to do was this. But to get the weight right in the moment, he can do it. Like out of 50 passes, he'll get one and we'll score from it. But when Pogba plays bad, I feel like he can't pick himself out of it and then give you a moment. I feel like for some reason, even though I think his talent is higher than Bruno and the way he plays would help us keep more control over the game, I agree with a lot of what Cam said. But it's a weird one. It's more like what James says. Depends on which way the team wants to set up, because I think when Pogba's dropping a clanger, it's like, do you know what? We need to get him off. Like, he could even get 2 yellows. He could give away a pen. He gives the ball away too much. I feel like his confidence sometimes he goes from kind of bad to worse in a sequence where that Bruno can stink the place out from minute 1 to minute 88, and then 89 will happen, and then it'll just give you something. But I do like what Cam said in terms of, I've said so many times about Bruno. I love Bruno. I'm all here for what he's done in a time when our team was poor creatively. We had Andreas Pereira playing in the 10. We had Jesse Lingard playing in the 10. Not that long ago. Like, we shouldn't forget that. And he came in and he hit the ground running, setting unbelievable records whilst he's doing it. But I have said, I do agree with Cam on this. If we want to change our way of playing football, Bruno will have to check. Bruno will have to play in a different way.
He will have to. But he's been changing. He's had a few bad games. But even the time, like, we can't even count the Man City one when he's playing as the false 9.
Striker.
As a striker. Like, no, we've been saying it for years. Like, we don't even feed our players or get the ball to them. So that game you write off. When what's his name tried to play him when Ralph first came in, tried to play him in that the 2-10 position, couldn't play that because you're basically saying get wide and get back and help defensively, like proper, like even though
it didn't fit. Yeah, it didn't fit.
It's like, so he's tried a few different positions. Obviously, he's still trying to find himself. But when he moved him right alongside Pogba, we saw a difference. Like, great players can play with each other. Someone said the line about, it was fast saying that how because Fred, like, when Fred's complaining this time, Bruno's complaining. Some great players don't have to talk to each other. They know where each other's are going to be. Now, we've seen what, like, Fred, yes, he's had a good game, but he's not a great player. He's not on that next level. There's certain times when we ask, is Fred really Brazilian? You know what I mean? Now the confidence in, let's be real about it. So it's saying take notes from Fred, that was a sin bin. Like, I wanted all the codes, bro. I wanted to delete your internet, bro. I wanted to blow up your router, fam, because you can't say stuff like that. You're talking about a guy that's breathed life into this club, and sometimes some of the issues with us is that we do this with a lot of players, and we'll just keep getting down this. Like, we're gonna do it with Sancho next. We're gonna go crazy about Sancho and then act as if these other players are not important. These are all important pieces to the final puzzle being done. So we would say, Sancho's the piece. Everything on this thing's rubbish. No, Sancho's good. Bruno's good. Pogba's good. Could be going. But we have to be we have to say what is good and not just throw everything out.
I think it's okay to do both. I actually think it's okay to say, do you know what? Bruno gives the ball away a hell of a lot. Bruno's not disciplined. Bruno helps. Bruno contributes to one of the reasons why we can't control games. Not just him, but he is a key factor of that. Because when we're on the ball, like Cam said, there's no in between. It's either play like it's the last minute to win us the game, or it's
not all
nothing.
the time, though.
Like, I would say he mainly plays like that. He mainly plays like that. I think it's okay.
We have to be weary. We have to be weary that just because he didn't play for one game, which we happened to win, we don't go, oh, I tell you what.
Oh, 100%. Because that's,
you know what I mean? That happens as well quite a lot, is when some players that maybe certain people question, all that kind of stuff, they have a game out for whatever reason, and then we win the game or we play well. It's kind of like, well, that's their United career over. And it's like, well, it's not, because again, if he's fit and ready, he will play Tuesday. I'd be stunned if Ralph Rangnick dropped 100% fit Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. The issue is that he might not be fit, so he might start on the bench anyway.
I mean, you still have to say that him not playing yesterday was useful, because one of the things he does, he always comes out. Was it though?
Because I don't think we played very well.
Well, no, but he always comes out with an assist or a goal because he tries it 100 times a game. And the problem is, on 99 of those, if the ball ends up at the defender's feet, he is then out of midfield. So we're one midfielder down. The team are all spread apart because we're on the attack, and all of a sudden there's a dangerous attack. What Spurs are so good at is breaking forward quickly. They're so good on the counter. That's what they've been brilliant at, with Kane dropping in, Son there. Bruno not playing meant that we didn't give them anywhere near as many transitions as we would have done if Bruno had played. So I think it did make a big difference. And I think Pogba may not have had his best game, but it didn't affect the players around him as much as it does when Bruno doesn't have a good game. Because if Bruno...
That's a really interesting point.
I felt that we gave the ball away a lot anyway yesterday. Our ball retention was probably just as bad as it usually was, to be honest. I mean, I agree with you. When Bruno plays, he tries passes, which you go, that was never on, or he always, at least once or twice a game, crossfield pass. It looks like he's kicking a medicine ball, doesn't even travel that far, and it goes to their play. That happens all the time. but I felt like watching the game yesterday that our ball retention was just as bad. Or you know, it was average in comparison to what it usually was.
The important bit is, at least from the way I saw it, the ball retention, it may have been just as bad, but the point is that the rest of the team was set up in good positions that we could win it back quite quickly. That's the big difference. It's the difference between being able to go and press it straight away or just being cut open in 2 passes. That's the big thing.
Owen, you do the press conference reaction all the time, right? And Rangnick always comes out and says, we're awful in transition. As soon as we lose the ball, they break quickly, and that's where we concede most of our chances. Yesterday, that didn't really happen. Their penalty came from a corner. The other one wasn't a quick transition. Like, we didn't concede big chances in quick transition. A lot of that came from Son slipping and stuff.
Son was on the floor. That's what I'm saying. When you talk about it,
they were in behind. They were in behind a lot yesterday. And sometimes it was just simple ball over the top. You know, we give the ball away, long ball over the top, boom, they're in. That would happen with Bruno, in the side too, because you can see him giving the ball away, ball over the top, they'd be in anyway. I just think that, I don't know. I'm very hesitant to be like, well, he wasn't playing yesterday, and we won. Therefore, he should get back in.
No. I don't think he's the problem. Just David Hin says, I think Bruno is an amazing player and doesn't have the mindset of just sit in the game and accept it. He would do everything in his power to win. And David T says, if you have a player like Bruno, surround him with players who can keep a ball. How many players in our 11 can keep the ball or win it? Maybe 5 or 6. So he's basically suggesting
guys,
it's more around him.
Yeah, Flex. Can we even talk about that? So, and now it'd be good even to hear what Cam and everyone's thinking about this.
Yeah,
our defending is so scary, and I'm worried that Atleti game. If we're gonna defend so deep the way we're defending, and I know Ralph doesn't want to play like this. We're literally like, there was a moment when Kane picks up the ball and he's not contested at all, turns with it and plays on. And even Gary Neville's like, what the hell's going on? Like, look at all this. And there's 4 defenders plus Matic. Yeah. This is an issue. Like Doherty and I don't even know how to say that new that player's name. Yeah. They were literally Kulusevski. Yeah. I was looking at them saying, oh my goodness, when Atleti turn up, we can't afford to give them that space. We can't afford to not press at these moments. We need to be on them from minute 1. If we're going to do the low, if we're going to sit back, we're going to get hurt. we can't afford to sit back. And I know attack's our best form of defense, but is anyone worried about the way we're defending in games? Because again, as I said, it's open. Watery FC, talk to me.
Yeah, no, it's a problem. I think if you look at yesterday, I think was it Owen that you mentioned the long balls over the top that was a problem.
Yeah.
That is a problem when we're in our defensive shape and one long ball is catching us out. That's a big problem. And part of that is because Maguire's not got much pace, so he struggles to cover sometimes. Part of that is De Gea not coming off his line. And there were 3 or 4 ones yesterday where De Gea's got to come off his line to come and get a ball. There's a few. I think it was the one that was Son, the one for Son, where he was borderline offside, but De Gea's got to come for that. There's 2 or 3 of those. And when as a defender, when your keeper's doing that, you've got to sit deeper. You've got to drop off. And what does that create? It just creates space for Kane to get into pockets and turn. So it's a bit of a difficult one in terms of the balance. Because I think what we did yesterday defensively well was controlled transitions because we didn't give the ball away as much and players were in a good place to react. But defensive shape, when we were sat back, set up as a team, didn't do a good job at all. What I will say, though, what is giving me confidence, Jadon Sancho, he tracks his man back. He follows his runners. Yeah. Marcus Rashford did it a lot better yesterday than he's done for a long time. So at least they're working hard now. At least they're actually trying, which is a good place to be. But defensively, if we sit back, I think we'll really struggle.
And then, James, what are you going to do with who are you going to put in? Would you do Varane, Lindelof, or will you still stick with Maguire and Maguire, Varane?
I mean, what would I do or what is Ralph going to do, right? Because there's no way Ralph's going with Varane and Lindelof. Let's just put that out there right now. Like, that's not happening. I think it's either Lindelof and Maguire or Varane and Maguire. I think he's probably going to play Varane and Maguire. The main problem I've got with our defence at the moment, right, is, and it's not a player issue, it's a system issue, right? We defend the width of the 18-yard box. We always have. So our fullbacks defend literally the width of the 18-yard box. So if the opposition plays a quick transit, like a quick switch out to the line, that gives their players like a second and a half, 2 seconds before our player confronts them, right? So if their wingers have got anything out of them, let's say they've got a Jadon Sancho type person who can turn, face the defender and take them on, it becomes a big issue. So if we're playing against Atleti and they play with good wide players, we're going to struggle. And it doesn't matter whether you play Telles or Shaw or Dalot or Wan-Bissaka, we defend exactly the same way. And then we're going to rely on the tackling abilities of the 4 of those. And unfortunately, it's a big problem for us. I'd like to see our centre-backs more composed and be able to cover their space more so that our full-backs can defend wider, because at the moment, we're all compact in this space and we're far too easy to attack down the flanks.
That's a big problem about playing against the 5. Because when we play against the 5,
that's what I was going to say. Because he put Lindelof at right back in the away line, which no one saw coming. I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest. I know he switches to a 5 when he's protecting a lead later on in the game. I wouldn't be shocked if he threw a bit of a curveball, went with like a back 5 or something like that, because that's how they play. And I wouldn't be surprised if he tried matching up again, kind of saying what we're talking about here, going, I tell you what, I'm not sure I trust us defensively. I might go for that extra layer of protection. We're talking about whether is it going to be Lindelof and Varane or Maguire and Varane. I wouldn't be shocked if he went with all 3.
The only thing with a back 5, I think that maybe doesn't work in our favour with Ralph is the fact that I can't see him just playing 2 midfielders, 2 central midfielders, because we haven't. I can't see him just saying just McTominay and Fred or just.
But it might be by necessity. It might be by necessity, because if Bruno's out and then Pogba's, wasn't playing well or is tired from the weekend, then maybe he might be like, well, actually, it makes that decision a bit easier.
But I think he likes Jadon Sancho in a wide position, and Jadon Sancho right now is shit hot. Actually, Jadon Sancho is our best player right now. In this current moment going into this game, effectiveness, he's actually our best attacking player. So I think he won't want to take, and he can tell he really likes Jadon Sancho. He knows about him from Germany. That's almost like his guy in it. It's almost like, do you know what I mean?
He wanted him.
And he wanted him, exactly. So it's like, he actually admitted that he tried to. And it's like the Rashford thing, he's happy to be like, this Rashford kid's like, he's all right, but I'll rather play Anger instead of him. Don't bother me. But Sancho's his guy, and I don't think he would want to upset the rhythm of Sancho on that left-hand side. And then I also think he likes having two fast wingers or 2 pacey players in the wide areas to support Ronaldo.
I would say Sanchez and Telles are building a nice little relationship as well. That they're getting to know each other, and Telles has been our best. He is our best wing back going forward. We scored from a corner, guys. I know like
Yeah,
we
I forgot actually. Yeah, I forgot.
we do not do that. Like it's crazy, and you just know. Like I think Ronaldo even appreciates it. There was a time when Telles crosses it early. Ronaldo gives him the thumbs up.
Yeah.
More of those, please. And we haven't seen that from Ronaldo actually praising people for trying to find him in the box. But he knows that Telles, he can trust Telles is going to whip one in. So it's not a wasted run. It's not a wasted. I need to be there and up, you know. And I think this is why I'll be so vexed. I don't think Shaw's back anyway. I'll be furious if Shaw gets back into this team.
I think he goes with both fullbacks again. I think he goes.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm saying.
Do you think he doesn't go with like the Lindelof right back thing again? Because I don't. Looking back on that, I'm not really sure what that was. Because he said he just went, it was for height or set pieces or something like that. But then obviously because we conceded so early, it didn't work.
He'll do it again.
He think he'll do it again?
No, I don't think he would. I don't think he would. But I just think that was the first time we've seen Ralph change something out of the norm specifically for a team he was facing. Otherwise, you know what kind of system he's going to play. It's certainly the back four. You can interchange the names a little bit, but you know roughly who's going to be playing where. That was the first time he went, well, I didn't really see that one come in. I have something in me that I wouldn't be shocked if he just goes, tell you what, it's a big game. We need to manage this game properly. Again, I wouldn't be shocked. He changes systems mid-game as well. He's not afraid to. He's not fixed on one thing. I wouldn't be shocked if he switched the system or threw a bit of a curveball. I really wouldn't.
I want to ask Faz this question quickly before we go. Yeah. Is it weak from Ralph to not drop Maguire? Because he knows Lindelof has been playing the best out of the centre backs that has been in the team. Lindelof doesn't deserve to really be dropped. What is the I'm still scratching my head on this one because he's dropped Ronaldo. What is the deal with protecting Maguire? Is it because he's our club captain? What are you saying, Faz?
I said it before, and I remember Owen, and I'll say it again. Again, my opinion, he's an English £80 million centre-back. Plays a massive part as to why the club, the board, whatever it is, they'll back him and they'll start him. It is an embarrassment if £80 million, the most expensive defender that you bought, is in the bench and you've just forgot about him. It is. Lindelof and Varane together didn't even cost us that. So I just think there's someone above Ralph who's probably saying, 18 million, you got to start. No way in hell I'm putting that in the bench, because Ralph is not blind. I actually think Ralph has some sense and he understands why Maguire shouldn't start. And at times when Maguire doesn't start, we're okay. We're doing okay. So why on earth would you start him? And it's not even like sometimes he gives us a good performance. He's a hit and miss. In set pieces, he makes up for it. It's not even that. He doesn't even make it up in any areas. So I think I've always said it, and I still say it, I think it's someone above him. It must be. It has to be. That's the only logical thing to that comes to my mind.
To finish off, let me just get you guys predictions. I know, Owen, you don't do predictions, but
I'll do the Faz finger wave. No.
Yeah. Cam, do you think we'll get it done Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think so. I think 2-1 win.
Yeah, nice and easy there. James?
Yeah, 2-0, man. GOAT settings.
I don't like any of this. Faz, talk to me.
If we play five at the back, we score a goal, park the bus, yes.
KG, talk to me.
I just hope for a positive result.
Owen, talk to me.
How's that fence? Man's got splinters on his arse, mate. It's been sat there so long.
No, I've learned too much. Me and you lot haven't sat here and done a match viewing. When Flex has done one, Flex turned up for that man, and he turned into real Jurgen Flex. He was on.
Yeah. And then you know what he tells me after? He goes, "I didn't like that." I'm like, "Yeah." We've got to do that every week.
So when you do one of those, I've
got maximum respect for all you guys who do.
Bro, listen, when you do one of those predictions, man, the amount of times I was fucking so and said, do you reckon we'll be happy at halftime?
Okay, so KG just saying we get a positive result. Owen, same, I guess.
Just looking forward to the game. I'm excited. Champions League nights, under the lights.
This is like a sit down on BT. This is like a sit down BT flipping interview. That's what it is with you two.
Sancho scores, Ronaldo scores, 2-1. João Felix scores, game over. We're through to the next round. You
Take
heard
it.
first.
I'll take
Let's go and smash them. Let's go and smash them. Let's do it.
I'll take
The
it.
massive vibes. Let's do it.
I hope so. Jeez.
I'm really reserved now and being like you guys at the top. I'm on the top row. The top row seems to be like, yeah, you know, we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, Flex, if you
Like-
ever predicted I'm 2 foot tackling
No.
you,
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd kick you out your own stream, mate. I got power. I'll get rid of you.
you better not. You don't even.
I'll end the show.
But I know what will happen though. I know what will happen in terms of no,
enough.
wait. I'm not predicting. I'm not predicting
You're making me
result.
nervous.
I know what will happen to myself on my way up there. It's gonna be under the lights. I'm gonna, you get that feeling when you're on your way in. You're like, oh, shit, this is OT, man. It's under the lights. Like, Ronaldo's like, come on.
I play the outro. Me say, play the outro.
You know, smash a like on the video. Let us know your comments. Let us know your predictions. Raz says Flex basically invented defense. Exactly. I'm the original fence sitter. Listen, like Matt said, it is our biggest game of the season. It is knockout football, no away goals. The task is there. Win the game, and you are through to the next round of the Champions League. And me and Josh get to go somewhere else in Europe, which would be lovely. But
another video.
please, Man United, just get this done. It's a big ask, but we can do it. We can do it.
The depression
do
won't
it.
be right.
You're walking a fine line there, Flex. Give it. We can do it.
I said we can do it. Of course we can. But we can also not. We can also not.
I want us to do it so bad. Listen, guys, because look at all our smiles. You should even screenshot this because look happy. No, but I'm just saying, this is how we look now in the Champions League. It could all look different.
Yeah.
And I pray the next time we see each other, this is the vibe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. We'll go with that because then what is it? International break after that? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. All right, cool. We are out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Laters. Peace.
James is straight on the food.